say, it's like my parents have more reason to dislike Danny than almost anyone else. Is that what you said?
That is what I said. I was saying that in the context of talking to law enforcement for hours and hours and trying to help them figure out who might be responsible.
You told them your family might be responsible.
Or potentially someone to do with a former student or his current girlfriend. I mentioned lots of people that I thought could be responsible.
Okay, and of the lots of people that could have been responsible, your family was one.
Yep.
All right, now to what is tipping the scales. Court set to resume any moment in Florida, where Wendy Adelson will be back on the witness stand on cross-examination, although it's a very friendly cross, right? Because it's her brother's attorney asking her the questions. This after the jury heard her on direct examination, which was more like a cross on Thursday, done by the prosecutors in this case, who are very suspicious of her, calling her an unindicted co-conspirator. So how might Wendy Adelson's testimony tip the scales of justice here? I want to bring back in former criminal defense attorney Kirk Nurmi and also body language expert and jury consultant Susan Constantine. Okay, so I have a clip for you both. Let's take a look at this. We know one of the big bombshells dropped by the defense was that Charlie's a victim. He's a victim of an extortion plot. The three killers were extorting him. They just knocked off this professor and were hoping that he would give them lots of money if they extorted him. So poor Charlie. Wendy claims this was the first time she heard about it yesterday in court. Same time prosecutors heard about it for the first time. Let's watch a little bit of her on the stand now.
When did you learn that Catherine McBanoel was blackmailing your brother for the murder of your ex-husband?
Today.
So he never told you?
No.
You testified in Catherine McBanoel's murder trial last year, didn't you?
I did, yes.
And she was convicted.
She was convicted, yes.
A crime for which she apparently is innocent because she was just a conduit for Sigfredo Garcia. Did you learn that today along with all of us?
Well, I learned that someone made that argument. I don't know whether it's true or not true.
All right, now she's a lawyer too. Let's keep that in mind. She is a lawyer. Is she a liar though? That's what I want to know. Susan Constantine, I said yesterday on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, I said, they ought to call the fire department to the courthouse because I think we have a pants on fire situation going on. What'd you see there, my friend?
Well, first of all, she does believe in what she's saying. She's convinced herself of what she's saying. So whether she's being 100% untruthful is not true. I think that part of what she's saying is truthful, but not all of it. So again, what you're looking for is her movements. There doesn't seem, or her head movements when she's shaking no. Is it delayed? There is a slight delay when she's answering a couple of those questions. And she also does an eye blocking, like absolutely not. She blocks. Those are kind of indicators of deception, but she's not showing what I call overt symptoms of deception with rapid eye blinking or shoulder shrugging or licking the lips or gulping or swallowing or any of those fear responses. I don't see that.
Appreciate it, Susan. Kirk Nurmi, I want to talk to you about this defense theory that came out yesterday. You are a masterful criminal defense attorney. In your best years now, having retired and not thinking about Jodi Arias or anybody else you represented. What'd you think when you heard that bomb they dropped?
Well, Julie, in G-rated TV terms, what I used to tell young attorneys coming through the public defender's office is sometimes you got to make junk look like an antique. And ultimately, the facts are stubborn things. They're not going to change. So you try to come up with a theory that fits. But here's the problem, right? And they painted their own tunnel. You ever see Wile E. Coyote run into a rock because he thinks it's a tunnel? Well, they did it to themselves here. In this case, they painted it and they ran into it because it doesn't make any sense. If he's being blackmailed, extorted by these three evil people, why doesn't he go to the police? The sister just said, when did you first learn about it? Today. Bam, right into the rock, Julie. So no, I mean, they really did not do themselves a favor coming up with this theory. This isn't the way to turn junk into an antique, and it's really falling apart for them on day one.
Oh, I love everything you said there, Kirk. So we're going to see more in just a couple of minutes. Wendy's back on the stand to get more softballs lobbed at her from her brother's attorney. So easy to do well when that's happening. Not so easy to do well when the prosecutor had her. She was grilling her like a steak there. It was very enjoyable watching that. Susan, tell me, what are you going to be watching for as we go into Court TV Live and we see her back up there today?
Well, what I want to see is seeing her show some genuine emotion. Like when she was asked a question that she had never heard before, I didn't see like eyebrows raised. Like that would be like surprise. Like I never heard that before. The other thing is I'm looking for is she's searching around. Is her eyes dabbling around in her head, looking and trying to pull in answers. What she is doing, she has a very flat affect, not really showing genuine emotion. So what I am looking for is what she's saying, and is her emotion and words syncing together as one clear, cohesive message. So anytime where I see her tilting her head, she's kind of playing this soft, delicate type person, and as if she has no clue. I don't necessarily believe all of what she's saying, but again, she most likely has rehearsed this many times herself so that she can come across less anxious than most liars that I've seen.
Well said, Susan. And she seemed to be well prepared. We just have a couple seconds, but Kirk Nurmi, we know she's got an attorney. We know she's had a lot of time before coming to trial this week. Did she seem well coached or well prepared to you?
Yes and no. I mean, she really didn't come across as genuine or anything. So in that sense, if she was coached, she wasn't well coached, I would say. And yeah, I think, Julie, we're going to see her do okay, but she's going to be back on that grill and redirect, and I think she's going to be well cooked by the time they're done.
I love it. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, Kirk Nurmi, Susan Constantine. See you soon. We'll be right back with Court TV Live.